broke each trooper, and he surely shook with pride. He checked all his equipment and made sure his pack was tied. He had to sit and listen to those awful engines roar. You ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Zoom, 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 zoom.
How's it going, guys? Hubman Spider here, back with a faction review and just my thoughts. Like usual, I'll go over a little opening build that I might do. So with the Americans, we'll start off, go from the top. So we got the all-around doctrine. So we all know American forces are pretty expensive for their mainline infantry. Start at 203, and then they go up to 250 on the recycle. And then their second line units here, first division rifles, they go up to 317, starting at 263. So very expensive. And the Rangers, so not bad infantry, very expensive. They have probably some of the best infantry, but just expensive, right? So so that's your regular or all around. You got your rifles, first elite squads. You got your first, I think, armored division or first division. It's the first division rifles, so big red one, and then the Rangers. So nice infantry. You got the quad mount GMC there, half track, mortar carriage. You got the 75 millimeter Sherman 105 HVSS artillery signaler, and we got the M7, the Priest, I think you call them, or that's what the British called them. I can't remember what the Americans called them, but the 105 gun carriage, 240 millimeter artillery signaler. You got your Pershing, and then the 155 GMC artillery piece. So strong artillery. I'm not a big fan of artillery sometimes, unless it's a big game, but so defensive doctrine. You got your military police, same thing. You got your MG recon jeeps, rifle squads starting at 203, going all the way to 253. Engineer squads. Interesting, the engineers get a bazooka right off the bat. So American squad's very versatile. Veteran rifles, and then you get into your 101st Airborne Infantry, which are elite. Doctrine-wise, you get your engineering truck, Bofors cannon, and a 75 millimeter anti-tank half-track. Not the best. 4.2 inch mortar, 90 millimeter anti-tank gun, and then your 105 howitzer on a half-track. And then you get this thing. It's 90 millimeter. It's Sherman, but it's basically like an M36. And then you got your two big howitzers, the 8-inch and the 155. So very strong units. I would probably go Bofors mortar, and then the 90 millimeter. No, don't really use that very much. Probably off to my favorite American doctrine, the irregular. Same kind of thing here. You get the military police, your jeeps, cavalry jeeps, HMGs on them. 29th Infantry Division, and then you get your 82nd Airborne, all the glider troops, and then your 82nd Airborne paratroopers and recon teams. So just strong, very strong infantry here. And then for doctrine units, probably my favorite guys here, the 1st Special Combat Section. You got the 75 millimeter pack howitzers, 2 supply trucks you can go with. I haven't really tried those. Then you got your 250-pound bomb, the Sherman flame tank, 105 howitzer, Your P-47 with the 500 pounder, that could take out pretty much any tank as long as you track it. 4.5 inch gun and the Calliope. So I would probably go for Special Forces and then maybe a 105 and then the Calliope. But sometimes I just keep pumping these out to support my infantry. So that's something you can do. Last but not least, offensive doctrine. So we get the armored recon. These guys don't have MGs on their Jeeps, but they can just come out. And then the armored rifle squad. So a little bit different than the military police. A little bit more expensive, but a little bit better. And then they recycle up to 237. And then the unique thing about this this doctrine is you get the guys that come in the half tracks here. 1st Armored Division and 1st Armored Division Recon. So 10th Mountain, but obviously these are the highlights, these half track squads, and then the Rangers here. So if I was starting off with the states here, we'll do a little mock-up. I'll show you guys a little build order, what you can do. So what I like to do with the U.S. is maybe get a military police squad to start. Go for the center. So I'd call up a military police right there. Get some riflemen. Bring up the riflemen here. Now, in game, obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time. But, you know, you get your automatic rifles. I would put your automatic rifle team in this set of bushes up here. So you got a squad heading for the center. A couple riflemen here. A couple up here. You're just trying to contest the... trying to contest every point. So just keep bringing up single riflemen. So what you want to do is bring out your military police and then just single riflemen to supplement everywhere else. Military police are very weak. They have no smokes generally. Well, they got 6, but they're just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the military police here. But what I do is spread them out there, get them on the point. So there you're contesting every point. By the time you're able to get this squad out and you get your MP back up, you can go with another infantry squad, or
what are your orders, sir?
You could go with something like the M20 right here, or you could go with an M13. Neither a bad choice. If you get the M13, you want to keep it way back up here, maybe firing down into the center. These Willies aren't too bad of a unit either. You could throw your guys on there, or you could throw one onto a point and just kind of keep it back here.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what else we got. So when you hit the 5-minute mark, you have a couple choices, right? You can pick your first doctrine unit. I generally like to go with these guys for Special Forces. Couple reasons.
On the way.
You can, when you're pushing into a point, first thing, you got lots of options here. You have a bazooka guy. You have a radio operator with a light mortar barrage.
Yes, sir.
So you know if an enemy is pushing a point and you need to push them out, you can pump that. You get two shots from a light mortar barrage.
Yes, sir. Orders, sir.
Take this bazooka guy. I'd run him up the side of the map, send him towards the enemy's spawn so that you can catch some of his tanks coming out.
Yes, sir.
You also get a medic. So something unique. You can see that you get a light mortar barrage here. Not the most, you know, crazy barrage or anything, but effective at making someone leave a point, maybe. I don't know. The Americans, you just have to basically hold on until you can get your better units and get more infantry out. Starting off with them's a little rough. They, I feel like they struggle at the beginning of the game somewhat. You know, you get this guy, bring him over here. But, you know, 5 minutes in, you're going to see, like, drillings or whatever over here. What you could do is go for a Chaffee or a Stewart if you've saved up. But then you're going to be lacking infantry. So, it's one of those things. If the enemy has good anti-infantry, you might want to go with a light vehicle. Or even instead of these special forces, you can get the pack howitzer, or depending on your doctrine, the M8. They don't have rifle anti-tank rifles, so what you want to do sometimes is grab AT grenadiers, and you can put them here somewhere, kind of stop armored car rushes and whatnot, right? So lots of different options with the Americans, but you have to be careful with them at the start of the game. They're somewhat fragile starts, and if you lose a full squad right away, like some kind of armored car rush or whatever it is, it's a bit of a nightmare to recover, especially on a map where they can just run into the points so quickly. But let me know what you guys think of the American faction, how you guys play them. If you have any suggestions for me, things that I might be overlooking when it comes to using the Americans. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next PvP match. But thanks for checking out this doctrine review and faction review. And like always, I like to give a little opener here to show what I would probably do with the Americans or whatever army I'm using. I like to use Farmstead as an example because it's a good little PvP map. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you. Cheers.